for Perron to score his first. And remember at the beginning of the show we were talking about, he's been awfully quiet, Perron, but he's got great playoff experience and playing some great hockey. But what a response by Toronto, just sticking to the system. And, the one thing I forgot to mention when they talk about the system and they take the last minute of the last period to work, oftentimes we didn't believe it until it worked.
So, right, that's right. Oh, that system,
yeah, but even tonight, I'm like, again, I wish I had, the stamina to sort of tweet about it. I knew they were coming back. I'm sure you had that same feeling. It just felt like we were going to overtime. Another great play by William Nylander. Great patience, similar to the assist he had on the Riley goal in Game 2. Just patience, protecting the puck and then firing it cross seam. What an amazing pass, but even better release by OEL, just getting it off. So anyway, you guys, it's been an amazing series. Third game in a row going into overtime. It's too tough to call, but I'm excited to watch. I'm a fan for this overtime period.
Yeah, you and me. When you watch Nylander on an ISO shot, you can actually see him slow the game down, can't you?
I had to remind myself, was that a 5-on-4? It was like almost he had a power play, right? And the one player I remember that slowed the game down like that was Datsuk and Evander Kane, where you were afraid to challenge him because he can turn on a dime and make you look really, really silly. But again, sometimes he does have some quiet shifts and periods, but he's the quietest guy till he's the loudest guy in the building, and he was the loudest guy on that play there.
Just a quick thought. So the Leafs have outshot Ottawa in the last two periods 16-4. That's fairly impressive, isn't it?
The system is clicking, and it's a master class in team defense. It's almost as if they have a Zamboni driver in their net. I'll finish on that.
No, don't go there. Oh, guy. Thanks, Stu. Tied at 3 at the end of regulation. This is Walson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050, the iHeartRadio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
When you get a Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a Subaru that comes with your very own golf club hose, stadium parking navigator, a basketball team transporter, a remote cottage spotter, a beaver spotter, a coach home, bear country guide, a family road trip carrier, a muddy road controller, extreme wind stabilizer, plus and we're out of time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite bus shop to your local Indian spot. From middle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Jan owns a home and a restaurant fusing French and Mexican cuisine. But she is fusing no more because her ovens have gone kaput. She called Alpine Credit to send her speedy superhero. With her business loan approved, her ovens were quickly fixed. The hero even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home, need a loan? Alpine Credit can help.
Alpine Credit, where homeowners get approved. Just for license code 616. The bugs are back in town. Ovo by Cirque du Soleil. The classic everybody loves. With new characters, new stages, and new mind-bending acrobatics. You don't want to miss this one. Ovo. Stay May 1st to June 28th at Lakeshore Boulevard West. Ovo thanks its presenting partners Sun Life and official partners Air Canada and MasterCard. Tickets at CirqueDuSoleil.com.
Red and white. It runs through the veins of everyone who calls our country home. It brings us closer together, no matter where we are. This spring, patients across Canada need you to give a little red and white. Canadian Blood Services needs 450 new blood and plasma donors every day to fuel Canada's lifeline. Let's get Canada's blood pumping. Book an appointment today at blood.ca/450.
Hi, Arash Madani here. At Honda, they built the CRV Sport just like you build a team for the playoffs. Reliable performance? It's a Honda. Versatility? You've got all-wheel drive. High IQ plays? That's Honda sensing technology. Resilience and grit? You bet. After all, it's Canadian. Make your playoff drive count. Bring home the Ontario-built CRV Sport. Lease today with rates from 0.99% for 24 months. OAC conditions apply. Made with domestic and imported parts. See HondaOntario.com.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is brought to you by Make Maple Toyota, you don't have to go out of town for a great new Tundra RAV4 gas or hybrid. Maple Toyota has them in stock and ready to deliver. Visit mapletoyota.com. Earlier today, Tampa 5-1 over Florida, and that means that Florida's series lead is now cut to 2-1. Golden Knights 4-3 in overtime over Minnesota. That series tied at 2, and getting set to start. It hasn't started yet. Dallas and Colorado against the Avs, and our game tied at 3 at the end of regulation. Oh yes, the first overtime is next. Molson Canadian Leafs hockey continues on TSN 1050, the iHeart Radio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
Hey, it's James Duffy for McAlpine Ford in Aurora. The best sales and service you will find anywhere. Jimmy, step aside.
Oh, what are you doing? I'm recording the commercial.
I chatted with Peter at McAlpine. He wants a new voice. He loves the needle mover idea.
But this is my thing. I'm the McAlpine guy.
Beat it. It's my time to shine. Hey, come visit Pete and his team at McAlpine Ford in Aurora. Visit McAlpineFord.com. Tell them the O-Dog sent you. And James, too. Take a hike, Jimmy. It's O-Dog's time now.
Touchdown.
Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant... never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with you. 500,000 Canadians have found help with their debt, and so can you. With Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada, they are one of the largest non-profit credit counseling organizations in the country, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They can help you consolidate your bills into one affordable payment, minimize your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-288-4991. That's 1-800-288-4991. Let Consolidated Credit get you back to a debt-free life. Call 1-800-288-4991. Call toll-free today for a free consultation. 1-800-288-4991. Ontario license number 4705786.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
We head to the third straight overtime game in this series. And we were reminiscing about 1993 and the run to the Stanley Cup for the Montreal Canadiens, Ralphie.
Yeah, we obviously, if you're a Leaf fan, it's Dougie Gilmour, Felix Bachman, Wendell Clark era, Dave Andershock as well. But the Montreal Canadiens went into that playoff. I believe they had lost 6 in a row in the regular season, lost the first 2 games to the Quebec Nordiques, won in overtime. Scott Young scored for Quebec. And then Montreal reeled off 10 overtime wins on their way to a Stanley Cup win. And from that point, they were down 2-0 in the series to Quebec. They would only lose 2 more games, so they went, 16-2 the rest of the way. But 10 of those wins coming in overtime. The only one they lost in extra time was the very first game of the playoffs.
That's something just absolutely astounding. Well, we're going to overtime here for the third straight game. And the Ottawa Senators are facing elimination. And the Toronto Maple Leafs trying to sweep them aside with their third straight overtime win.
See in Toronto where you have that goal against that ends the series. And that just the shock of the building. Last time that happened, a couple of years ago against the Florida Panthers. Of course, we all still know the shock of being the Boston Bruins scored overtime at 7.
Let's not bring that up. All right, Leafs to the left, Ottawa to the right. We're ready to go, and the puck is dropped, and we're underway. Here's Sanderson. A pass off the stick goes into the lead zone. It bounces and played up on the wing, and Marner gives it off to Matthews. Matthews flips it in off a glove, and it's grabbed by Artem Zub and played up on the wing at center, but stolen by the Leafs and brought back in by Nyes. Nyes into the slot, doesn't shoot it, holds it off, got it back into the slot for Nylander. Nylander down the boards, runs out of real estate, but gets the puck back. Nylander around back of the net. Nylander still with it. Tavares was checked in front of the goal, and a shot coming wide. Tavares is just getting up now, but no call from the official. John Tavares gets to the bench and is hunched over, but appears to be all right. But the Sens send a shot wide of the goal. It comes to the left point. Shabbat keeping it in around back of the net. Tip to Yarncrook, who plays it back into the corner. A shot from a sharp angle went wide. Rebound to the line and just kept in, and now to Chuck. Back of the net, centers! And it was knocked away from Dylan Cousins. Leafs don't get it out. Cannon trying to reverse the puck back to the net, but it's cut off by Cousins. Cousins trying to center, had it blocked. Far side, Senators with a shot down in Stolarz, and he's got a hold of it. I want to see the John Tavares hit.
Yeah, he was down a long time in front of the net, and not so much taking him out of the play. Yeah, it was kind of ran into Zub. I don't know if...
Bit of an elbow right to the mouth. That was a...
Yeah.
Wow. And no call.
Away from the play, so obviously neither official saw it, or if they did see it.
Johnny's just seeing it for the first time on one of the tablets back at the bench.
He's already felt it.
Yes. Leafs win the face-off, but the good news is he appears to be all right. Long pass ahead. Nyes gets in over the line. Works into the corner, into the slot. And the pass was intercepted, and it's brought back the other way by Amadio. Michael Amadio in over the line. Dropping it off with a pass into the slot. And it was knocked wide of the Leaf goal, and it's punched out at center ice. Nyes to Matthews. Matthews going wide. In with a shot. That's caught and held by Omar.
Well, Omar looked like he fought that off, didn't he? Rather long range, but Matthews a little drag. Got it past the defenseman, but that was from between the blue line and the top of the circle. And Omar had to move blocker side, far side to be able to knock it down. But
Matthews was hoping for a rebound off the blocker as Nyes was going hard to the net. 2 shots on goal for Austin Matthews tonight. Face off in the circle to the right of Omar.
Tavares not out on this line with
Nylander, Domi, and a pass. In front, deflected off his skate, and it went just wide. Pacioretty is out there with Nylander and Domi, so some line juggling being done here by Leafs coach Craig Berube. Back of the net, Morgan Riley to Brendan Carlo. Carlo gets it up on the wing for Pacioretty. To the red line, and in it goes. Around the boards to the far side, gobbled up there by Nylander. Trying to come to the front of the net, and it was blocked. Nylander getting it around on the boards. Nylander into the slot. Pacioretty can't get a shot away. Senators are going to get it out at center. Shabbat in on the left wing. Played around back of the net, gobbled up by Nylander. Nylander works up the left wing boards. Gets to the red line, backhands it in. Bouncing in on goal, Ullmark leaves. Stützle will turn back in his own territory. Tim Stützle waiting for teammates to swing. Got it up on the left wing. Brought to center by Tyler Clement. Pass intercepted by Benoit. For Callan Yarncrook. Send into the zone. Lorenz will provide forechecking. Almost stole that pass back of the net. Sens get it out. Puck stolen back by Toronto. Oliver Ekman-Larsson got it ahead. And it's down off a stick into Ottawa territory. Played up on the left wing, and out at center it comes. Zub getting it down in over the line. Broken up by the Leafs, but kept alive there on a play by Pinto. And now Marner takes it around back of the Toronto goal. He's looking up ice with a long lead pass. Finds Matthews to center and across the line on the left wing where McMahon, and a shot. That is, where is it? Somewhere underneath the pads of Ullmark, and he's going to hang on to it. That was a little dangerous.
Yeah, he was searching, wasn't he? We know Bobby McMahon's got a great release. That was a little backhand pass to the left wing boards.
It was on top of the pad, I guess. Yeah.
And McMahon, I think, obviously, he's just under the skate.
Under the
mark, yeah.
That's where it was.
Bobby McMahon probably learned from Simon Benoit last game. Overtime, get it to the net.
Get it to the net. 3 minutes and 42 seconds, which is longer than the previous 2 overtime games. Up ahead for Tkachuk. He'll shoot it into the Toronto zone. Down the boards along the wall is Riley. Lost it. It's centered in front. It comes back to the point. Here's a chance for Jensen to get it off on the right wing, and a shot is deflected easily into the near corner. Nylander can't get to it. Oliver Ekman-Larsson rings it around the boards, but it won't clear. Kept in at the point by Jensen. Back of the net, Tkachuk trying to center. Blocked. Centered again. Blocked again. Leafs get it out at center ice and down into the zone. Racing after it is McMahon. McMahon into the corner. Played it around to the far side. Centering pass. That was wide of the net from Matthews. Tkachuk gets it out. Senators getting a change going. Send it in. Tanev around back of the net. And Tanev is going to get high, sticked in the mouth, and if he can bleed, it's going to be 4. Senators are going to be a man short. They've scored a short-handed goal, but the Leafs' power play has been dynamite in this series. Oh, boy, took his
right up. Yeah, this is Batherson trying to lift the stick of Tanev, doesn't come close. And from behind him, and right in front of the referee, gets it right into the nose of the Leafs defenseman. We will see. Now Tanev is now coming over saying, look, boys, I'm bleeding. I think this is going to be 4.
Ottawa, number 19, double minor penalty.
4 minutes. And the power play is brought to you by Subaru. Hurry to the all-in-one event for great offers and experience all the features that come standard in a Subaru. So a double minor to Batherson for high sticking.
Now this in the Colorado game where the Avalanche had extended time on the power play. And they ended up losing that game, Joe. You would have thought, I think it was about 30 seconds left. It was a 4-minute power play call. Chris Tanev looks like he might have to go to the dressing room for some repairs. He's bleeding pretty good over the Leaf bench.
Draw to the right. Puck is dropped. The Leafs win it from Matthews. Here's Riley back at the point. Off on the wing to Nylander. Nylander looking in front. Goes back to the blue line. Morgan Riley is there. I don't believe Tavares is on the ice. He isn't. Pass in front of the net. And a shot by Matthews went just wide. Into the corner, back to the point it goes. Riley from Nylander. Riley to Marner. Marner works down the right wing. Still with it into the corner. Centering pass. Off a skate to Willie. Nylander against the boards. Trying to free it up, but it's stolen. Blocked on a clearing attempt. Marner keeping it in. Down into the corner it goes. Knives. Around the boards to the near side. No one there.
Yeah, I don't know if Tavares is still hurt from that play earlier in the overtime.
Here's Marner. Cross the line to Nylander. Closing. Still with it in the slot. Near side. A shot by Knives was stopped by goaltender Olmark. Knives to the point. Riley. Far side Marner. Near side Matthews. Top of the circle. Still with it. Dishes off to Marner. Fake shot. Still has it. Back to the point. Matthews once more to Marner. Pass down low, block. Rebound in front. Still free. They back away at it. And it goes to the near corner. Matthews again. Down low. Willie trying to go to the short side and flip it in. Had it blocked. Back to the net. Centering pass. Stopped by by the Leafs in the shot. Blocked there by Omar. Cleared finally by Ottawa.
Well, we have not seen John Tavares yet. And you wonder at this point, does Craig Berube call a timeout if they get a whistle?
Domi brings it to center.
First penalty about to expire. Domi into the corner. Trying to get it away. It goes back to the net for Bobby McMahon. McMahon off the boards to the point. Played to the near side to McCabe. McCabe to the left wing side. Oliver Ekman-Larsson now to Domi. Domi back in front of the net. It comes back to Oriel. Oriel with a wrist shot deflected wide. Rebound to the Senators and shot down the ice. Stolar's leaving it there. Minute 35 to go in the power play. OEL to center. Dropping it back. Nylander comes to the line. Left wing side. Knies can't drive the net. One hands it back to the point. Send into the near corner, but there's no one there. Sens are going to get it out.
I still know Tavares show.
Here's Pinto. Couldn't get a shot at the net.
I'm not sure he's on the Leaf bench.
Marner up on the left wing for Knies. Played into the left wing corner. Knies gets it freed up for Matthews. Back to the net for Knies. Knies battles for it. Puck still free. Knies is going to get to it on the far wing and get it back to the point. Nylander at the right side. Over on the left wing. Marner holds. Far half board still with it. 44 seconds. Gives it to Willie. Nylander top of the circle. Still with it. Plays it down low for Marner. Back to the goal. Knies is stationed in front. Coming out with the backhand was Marner, but Olmark able to cover up on it. And do you call your timeout now? But only 31 seconds to go.
I think you do. I just thought at first maybe Riley was out because the Leafs had given up that short-handed goal earlier in the game, but now after John Tavares took the elbow from Zub early in overtime.
Oh, the backhand there by Matthews, or the forehand glances off the goal post.
Even Oliver Ekman-Larsson's opportunity just glanced off the shoulder of Allmark and over top of the net.
And the Leafs have in fact called timeout.
It really is one of those moments where you're saying you may never really get another opportunity in overtime to do this. 33-15 the shots favoring the Toronto Maple Leafs. And since the end of the first period, the Leafs have outshot the Ottawa Senators 24-5.
Well, here we go.
Matthews had the best opportunity in the...
Oh, did he ever? Yep. 31 seconds left in the power play. A 3-3 tie.
Huge face-off here. Nylander taking it?
Yes, he is. And he wins it cleanly, but too cleanly. It comes out over the line and into neutral ice. 24 seconds left. Riley dropping. Here's Marner to the red line. Played it in off the left wing for Matthews. Matthews went down into the corner after it. Back to the net, Marner. It's chipped into the near corner. Nylander blocking it. Can't get it in front and shot down the ice by Ottawa, and that's going to do it for the power play. Huge kill of a double minor, and the Leafs do not get too many good chances, and now a pass in front for Yarncrook was just off the mark. Yarncrook can't get it freed up, but now Marner is in there after it. Marner back along the boards for Scotty Lawton. Into the corner for Yarncrook. Yarncrook bodied there by Stützle. Has it up against the fence. They continue to battle for it. Yarncrook continues to drag it free. Got it back to the point. D looking for Oliver Ekman-Larsson, but it went off a stick. And the Senators get it to the line and in. On the wing, Batherson going wide. Sends it in front. Shot stopped by Stolar. He's got it.
Boy, Simon Benoit, the hero of Game 3 in overtime, tried to go D with Ekman-Larsson, and the puck flipped on him and was easily picked off inside the Ottawa line, and that led to the odd man rush the other way. Sens throw it to the front of the net. Leaf defense do a pretty good job boxing out. The Senators still able to sweep it towards the net. Boy, Steven Lorentz got back and stopped the first one.
Yes, he did.
And then the second attempt almost stuck through the pads of the Leaf goaltender.
Face off in the circle to the left of Stolarz. 10:44 left in the first overtime period. Tkachuk lost the draw. Played back to the net for Tanev. Tanev gets it out for Lorenz. His pass intercepted by Tkachuk. He sends a long shoot in wide of the Leaf goal. Tanev reverses the puck for McCabe. McCabe got it up on the wall to the near side. Lorenz gets it there, nailed high to center. A glove pass, though, will be touched here by Tkachuk as Lawton stepped in. That was a freebie. That was one where you go, you know what? If he touches this, I'm drilling him. And guess what? The whistle's going to go, and who cares?
Well, there was no signaling the fair catch, was there?
No, there wasn't. That was good knowledge of the rule book. We have not seen a pan of the Leaf bench.
John
Tavares is not there, I don't believe.
Not been out since the first shift. And proof of that, Max Domi out with Nylander in the fan.
Face-off, controlled. Now, whether he's had to go to the quiet room because of the rules or not, but that was an elbow that should have been called and wasn't. Here the sends in with a shot that is gloved by Stolarz. Trying to drive in on the right wing was Zetterlund. And Fabian Zetterlund unable to beat the glove hand of goaltender Anthony Stolarz.
The third shot for Ottawa here in overtime. Stolarz just had one shot in the two previous overtimes combined.
So the face-off in the Toronto zone with 10:09 to go in this first overtime period. And the draw scrum, but the Senators come away with it. Gregg into the corner, going wide, trying to jam it out in front of the goal. There's a scramble on, and the puck comes back to the point. Sanderson shot it over top of the net. Nyes can't get to it. Zub keeping it in. Round on the boards, it's going to come to the near wing. Sanderson sends it to the net. Stolarz is there again to take it on the chest. Tense moment there for the Leaf defense on the scramble in front of the net.
Boy, Sanderson just he's got a pretty lethal shot. He's at the top of the left wing circle. Now, we got a break. Is this going to be one of these
scraping
the ice break?
I don't believe we have a commercial break in the overtime. I can't see. The boys are shaking their hands. No, in the control room here we can see them. Oh, no. Got anything exciting to talk about?
No, just another look at the elbow to the head, Zub on John Tavares. We said that wasn't called, but the Leafs did get 4-minute power play on a high stick. Great battle's on Chris Tanev. Leafs had some chances. The Ottawa battled. And Allmark made a couple of big stops.
Leafs had some good looks during the power play. Nylander a deflection, a scramble in front of the goal, one off the goal post, but unable to beat Allmark. And then Stolarz has had to be good at the other end as well, and a lot busier than any other overtime that he's had this year.
A lot of scrambly stuff.
Hey, Johnny's back! Johnny Tavares back onto the ice.
I think you're right. I think it was a trip to the quiet room.
Yep. Takes a quick spin.
Yep.
Great news. So Tavares is back on the bench.
Unfortunately, was not available.
For the
4-minute
no kidding.
Power play. Although part of me still thinks, on overtime, get a defenseman out there.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a horrible thing to have 4 forwards and at least one defenseman on the ice, especially once you just ride some at our
coming from a former goaltender.
I always wanted 4 defensemen.
Yes. Puck down in the Toronto zone. Oliver Ekman-Larsson got it to Lawton. Lawton got it to the line, but Yarncrook couldn't get it out. Now Benoit's been knocked down and was holding his head. And then Oliver Ekman-Larsson was knocked down by Tkachuk. The Leafs get it out on the wing. Oliver Ekman-Larsson can't get to it. Shot right back into the Toronto zone. Got a couple of cheap shots there from...
I mean, every time
Kachuk.
you see somebody, there was a Leaf flying on the ice.
Was Kachuk that was there. Leafs get it back under control in their own zone. Yarncrook gives it off to the defense. Brandon Carlo has it, or at least Oliver Ekman-Larsson has it back of the net. 9 minutes left to go in the first overtime period. Long lead pass by OEL gets to center. Nylander backhands in over the line. Hustling in after it with Max Pacioretty. But it comes around to the far wing, and it's brought out by Perron to get it into the Toronto zone. Out of the net is Stolarz to play it back into the far half boards. That puck is knocked free. Leafs are going to get it up on the wing. Nylander needs to get it out, but he carries it back into his own zone. Round on the far side, and now set out at center ice, and Pacioretty works in over the line to just flip it in. Brought right back again now by Sanderson. Sanderson on the left wing got it up and played off a stick into the Toronto zone. Stolarz will just leave it there this time, and it is Morgan Riley back of the goal. The Leafs 3 and Ottawa 3. We are in the first overtime period. Nice. Got it ahead, and Marner across the line for Matthews. Oh, he just grazes the far post, and it comes out at center ice.
Well, there was room there too, wasn't there?
Tanev left it on the right wing boards. Gets it to the line. Nyes gets it in a little deeper. And Amadio turns back and sends it into neutral ice and down into the Leaf zone. Jake McKay turning for Toronto. A pass ahead. Marner trying to get it in. Matthews is going to get it to the line, but not in cleanly. And now Marner sends it back into neutral ice, waiting for teammates to change, but gave the puck away. Then stole it back adroitly. Gets it ahead for Max. Domi on the wing with a shot. Oh, and Ullmark looked behind him, but it went off his pad and wide of the net. Here's McMahon to the point. Oh, Oliver Ekman-Larsson back of the goal. Domi too well covered. Pinching is Benoit. Domi after it as well. McMahon can't come up with it. And Shabbat will send it high to center ice. Bouncing wide of the Leaf goal, but no icing. Oh, I stand corrected. It was icing.
I'd like to get a look at Leafs that ended up being befell back in front of the and thrown in front of Anthony Stolarz.
Axel off the post
a little earlier. Oh boy, yeah, Max Domi. I mean, he put it in that soft spot for a goaltender above the pad below the glove, but Ullmark just didn't get a piece of it. Matthews line out here for this faceoff.
Draw to the right. Won cleanly by Ottawa. Rattled around the boards and out at center ice for Kachuk. He's going to get it the rest of the way, and there'll be a change of players. Played by Stolarz out at center. Marner got it in over the line for Nyes, but out of his reach. He takes his man Zoom to the boards with a punishing hit. Matthews couldn't come up with the loose puck. Brought on by Sanderson now for Ottawa. Sanderson with a backhand glove, blockered away. That's turned over. Marner trying to come up with it with a nifty little move. Now bounces it in. Steered wide of the net by Ullmark. He's able to control that. He's got Matthews going with him. Sanderson with it. Back in his own zone. Got it up on the wing for Batherson. Batherson down the left wing boards and into the Leaf edge. Left wing corner. Stood up there. Puck comes free to Tavares. Johnny gets it up on the right wing boards and punishes it out at center. McMahon for Nylander. Nylander in over the line going wide. Can't get a shot. Pulls back. Works the line. Nylander going wide to the left wing side. Stop. To Benoit. Shot was blocked in front. Senators back in over the line now. Working in with a backhand pad save made by Stolarz. He lost his stick there for some reason.
That's twice in the overtime he's dropped it.
Sharp angle shot blocked there by Ullmark. Senators back in their own zone. Long alley-oop down to the Leaf end. Morgan Riley. Shoot it in wide of the Ottawa goal. Senators trying to play it out. They do to Cousins, and he'll just play it into the Toronto end. Back of the goal, Morgan Riley. Bank pass to the line, but doesn't clear. Senators keeping it alive. Shabbat goes to the net, but the shot went wide. Kept in at the far point by Matapalo, now trying to keep it alive. Into the corner for Cousins. Cousins back to the net. Heron trying to come out. Still with it as it comes to the point. Shabbat, far side. Matapalo, a shot that went high and wide. Shabbat keeps it in. Banked into the corner and back to the net. Cleared by Riley, but cut off. Godet works back towards the point. Shabbat, or Zoom breaks his stick. Leafs have a bit of a rush chance here, but bogs down.
Boy, Riley's got to get that.
Yeah. Sens get it back into the zone. Sharp angle stopped by Stolars and cleared to center ice by Toronto. 4:10 to go in the first overtime. Jensen to the line. Broken up by Pontus Holmberg on the left wing side. Banding on the shot with Pacioretty. And the Senators get it out at center ice. Tkachuk plays it into the corner, but Tanev will get there first. Played around the boards as Tkachuk gave him a pretty good hit, but the Leafs get it to center. Pacioretty will shoot it in as he couldn't find the puck cleanly enough to get it ahead to Max Domi. Now Stützle to the Leaf zone. Goes wide and back of the net. Couldn't get it in front. Marner with some skating room to his liking. Comes out at center. He works to the line and in with Knies, who takes the drop pass into the slot. A shot by Matthews. Rebound off the side of the goal. Matthews with it again. Sending it around into the fence. Trapped over here on the near side by OEL. Couldn't get it back to the goal to Matthews. Cleared to the line. Not out, I guess. Now they do get it out at center. Wow, that would have been... I think that's challengeable. An icing call here against Toronto on an errant pass. 3:02, and Austin Matthews coming very close to ending this one.
Matthews' line has looked dangerous at times here in extra time. Shots on goal have pretty much evened out, though. 9-6. Slight edge for the Leafs. They had the 4-minute power play that they couldn't cash in on with the bulk of their opportunities there.
So, face-off coming in the Toronto zone. Matthews lost the draw, kept in by Shabbat. He'll play it around back of the net. Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Batherson fighting for it. Matthews adds support. Puck comes free. Benoit turns it back up ice. Benoit working down the right wing boards to the red line. Got it in over the line. Couldn't get it much deeper. Comes back at center where Marner has it under control. On the wing it goes. Working down the left wing boards, Bobby McMahon and around back of the net. McMahon taken to the wall. Puck is poked free. And the Senators are going to get it out into neutral ice. Brought forward now by Tyler Kleven. Kleven on his backhand. Off the shoulder. That was a pretty good shot. Off the shoulder of Stolars. Comes to the line. Not out. Long shot. Scores! Jake Sanderson. A bit of a seeing eye shot from the point. And we will have a Game 5 in Toronto.
Winning streaks end here with this Ottawa win as the Senators stay alive.